Good morning and thank you for joining us on this Friday. I am Louisa here to keep you informed and entertained. 欢迎收看 Louisa 报报，每天给你最新奇、最有趣的新闻。And it's no longer just a rumor. Apple has revealed its new iPad, called New iPad. Without disappointing the gadget lovers, it's faster, better, but not more expensive. And you can get your hands on the product as early as March 16th. 苹果公布了新 iPad， 把 iPad 改得更快速，画质更好。还有什么功能呢？我们一起来看看。
It was one of the worst-kept secrets in the technology world, Apple's new iPad. The newest tablet, dubbed simply iPad, is capable of operating on a 4G LTE, or long-term evolution network, which offers high-quality video on the go at speeds roughly 10 times faster than current 3G technology. Apple CEO Tim Cook at the launch in California early Wednesday.
We are redefining the category that Apple created with the original iPad. It makes amazing improvements over the most fundamental features of the design of the device.
Apple is well known for its legions of dedicated fans who snap up the new products at the first mention of an upgrade.
I'm interested in getting it because I only have the first one, and the speed has been slowing down a little bit, so I'm looking to upgrade.
Since its rollout in 2010, Apple has sold 55 million iPads, bringing in more than $20 billion in sales, related services, and accessories just last year. This upgrade offers even more for the gotta-have-it gadget lovers, starting at the same $499 price. Jamie Landino, mobile analyst at PCMag.com.
Well, the new model has a screen with 4 times the resolution as before. It has quad-core graphics, which are significantly faster than the earlier model. And it has a 5-megapixel camera with the same optics as the iPhone 4S. It records 1080p high-definition video, and it does all of this for the same price as the original model.
Apple has dozens of rivals. Samsung and Motorola already have faster tablets available, which run on Google's Android software. So Apple will need to stay one step ahead if it wants to continue to dominate the global tablet market.
You don't even have years, you only have months. There are these windows of opportunity where if they're late to market with a product, the ship could already sail by the time it comes out.
Analysts say high-speed tablets accounted for just 1% of total tablet sales last year, partly due to the high prices. So it may take more than high speed to convince current iPad users to upgrade or bring new customers through the door. The true test will be on March 16th when the iPad officially goes on sale.
In other news, you no longer have to wait in line or until the next day to get your sugar fix because a cupcake shop in Beverly Hills, California is achieving the impossible, fulfilling your craving for sweets 24/7. 喜欢吃杯子蛋糕的人看到这个一定会很羡慕，因为加州现在出现了杯子蛋糕的 ATM， 让想吃的民众随时都吃得到。Slide in your credit card and tap on the touchscreen of this bubblegum pink-colored ATM machine to get your favorite dessert any time of the day at Sprinkles Cupcakes. The robotic arm can be seen through the screen of the 24-hour dispensing machine, which reaches into the store to pull out the cupcake of your choice. And if you are worried about the quality of the treat that's individually boxed, you don't have to, because the IT director, Vinny Choplot, reassures that it's just as good.
We restock continuously throughout the day and night. We remove everything when we're restocking, so there's nothing left from before. It is as fresh as coming into the store and getting a cupcake yourself. It's more so about convenience for our customers and making sure we give them the exact same product that they're used to from Sprinkles.
And Choplot explains that the founder was the one who came up with this brilliant idea.
The concept actually came to our owner, Candace Nelson. While she was pregnant, she had a cupcake craving, so she decided, wouldn't it be great if she could go someplace where she could get a freshly baked cupcake at any time? So the idea was born, and here we are today with the world's first machine that allows you to actually come in any time, 24 hours a day, to get a freshly baked cupcake.
And how are the local sweet tooths reacting to the first of its kind in the country?
I think if I was out, I might stop by on my way home. I don't know that I'd come out at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning because I'm not of that age anymore, but I'm sure that my daughter and all of her friends will be here quite often.
I know that my friends and I love the cupcakes and being able to come any time of day, especially late at night.
With approximately 8 flavors to pick from, each freshly baked cupcake will cost you $4. The ATM machine, which can hold up to 600 of them, are expected to take other cities by storm, including New York, Chicago, and Washington, D.C. And in movie news, a high school student who is a victim of bullying is asking others to stand up and speak up. Katie Butler has collected up to 200,000 signatures in just 10 days in an attempt to change the R rating of the documentary Bully to PG-13 so that more young people can see the film. 在美国有个17岁的高中生，为了让一部关于校园霸凌的纪录片可以让更多学生看到，他发起联署，希望可以把这部纪录片变成补习片。
Katie Butler, a 17-year-old Michigan high school student, brought more than 200,000 signatures to Motion Picture Association of America in Los Angeles to campaign against its decision to give the documentary Bully an R rating.
They needed one more vote for it to be PG-13 instead of R. So I think having over 200,000 people express their opinion that you guys were almost right, you were almost there, and we're just going to help you give that extra push so you can change it and do the right thing to let kids see this movie.
Butler launched a campaign on the website change.org to have the MPAA rating changed so that people under the age of 17 can see the film without parental supervision and so that it can be screened in schools. The documentary Bully was directed by Sundance and Emmy Award-winning filmmaker Lee Hirsch, who presents the realities of bullying that affect nearly 13 million kids a year in the hope to stop bullying in schools.
I feel kind of nervous going to school because I like learning, but I have trouble with making friends.
Filmed over the course of the 2009 and 2010 school year, the film opens a window onto the pain and often endangered lives of bullied kids, reveals a problem that transcends geographic, racial, ethnic, and economic borders. Katie says that she knows the documentary is given an R because of the harsh language in it. However, as a victim of campus bullying herself back in middle school, she believes that the film should be screened to more children to show the real situation and to stop it.
They rated it an R for language, and they were talking about taking the language out and then changing it to PG-13, which I think that's not a good idea. I mean, the language is in there for a reason. The language they're using is the language that kids use in schools, the language that kids are bullied with. And no one goes into schools and takes out the language or bleeps out the language that kids hear.
The attempt to change the R rating ended up unsuccessful after Butler met with MPAA officials. Still, the teenager said she won't give up in trying to change their minds until the documentary releases in theaters on March 30.
Everything starts with one and builds up. Eventually we have an army.
If we all do it together, we will change the world.
And today, J. Edgar is opening here in Taiwan, starring Leonardo DiCaprio. The star joins hands with director Clint Eastwood to pull an impressive biopic on J. Edgar Hoover, the legendary FBI director. 这个周末要上映由 Leonardo DiCaprio 主演的 J. Edgar， 讲述前 FBI 局长 Hoover 充满争议的一生。
When morals decline and good men do nothing, evil flourishes. A society unwilling to learn from the past is doomed. We must never forget our history. We must never lower our guard.
Leonardo DiCaprio transforms into the enigmatic, power-hungry former FBI director J. Edgar Hoover in his latest film directed by Clint Eastwood. The biopic depicts J. Edgar's nearly 50-year reign over the Federal Bureau of Investigation, as well as his rise through the agency and his final breaths decades later.
And I need you.
Imagine if every citizen in this country were uniquely identifiable by the pattern on their fingers. Imagine how quickly we could find them if they committed a crime.
You remember that file we created on his wife?
Mrs. Roosevelt.
Will you make a copy for me, please?
Is that legal?
Sometimes you need to bend the rules a little in order to keep your country safe.
Please leave the transcripts here with me.
Feel free and share them with your brother, Mr. Kennedy. Let him know that I have a copy of my own.
In addition to recognizing Hoover's accomplishments, Eastwood's focus is more on Hoover's increasing megalomania, his illegal surveillance, and his secret files. J. Edgar will be playing in Taiwan theaters starting today.
Your exact qualifications for your position of leadership in this bureau.
My qualifications, sir? I don't know who I can trust anymore. It's time this generation learned the difference between villain and hero. Even great men can be corrupted.
And that's it for today's edition. I am Louisa Lee, and happy Friday to you. We'll see you back here next Monday. Meanwhile, stay with CTS for the latest weather update and for more top stories.